Hi there everyone, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you for joining me again today. So we're going to work with Seaside Notions today, and the theme that I'm kind of working towards is using blues. So there's a little Facebook challenge going on in one of the groups I'm in to use blues. So I thought, okay, I didn't really want to go masculine per se, but I thought sea and seaside stuff, so I've pulled out this set which I really love, and I haven't got the new whale one either yet. Still might be tempted to get that, so I thought I'd use this because I do really love that seahorse. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Done a little bit of prep ahead of time, simply just because I didn't want you to sort of watch quite repetitive stuff, so I'm just going to say to you that we're going to be doing a little bit of colouring with the blends, not like super tons, but I've picked out the dark and light Night of Navy, and this is the light Bond Blue. I'm going to use Night of Navy as my outline image stamp rather than using black or anything, and the bits I've already got prepared are a Seaside spray card base, one of my mini layers, 3 by 4 3/4 with a Night of Navy mat behind it, which is 3 1/8 by 4 7/8. So that's going to go there and be the top of there. And I've already stamped and coloured some of the shells to add to the background, and covered them with Wink of Stella. So these have all been stamped in Night of Navy, like I said. Just want the camera to focus on my hand, come on. It will do it, I just have to get so close to it, like I'm almost touching it. Oh, it's not going to do it. Oh, there it is. Right. So there's a bit of Wink of Stella in there, so there's the Wink of Stella's pulled out the outline a little bit to give you the striations across the shell, and then I've used the blends to add the detail. Okay, so that's what we've done with all the shells to keep them tied together. So they're off to one side just for the moment, as is this layer, and we're going to stamp quickly on this one. So my seahorse is ready and mounted on a block. Bring in the Night of Navy ink. And I've got the weed as well, so that I want to do. So let's position our seahorse first, I think. And I want to make room for the sentiment, so I'm going to put him fractionally to the left, so the sentiment hopefully will fit in the curl of his tail there, in between his body. So there he is. Isn't he beautiful? Isn't he beautiful? And then I am going to add the weed there for some interest along the bottom, and fill in some of those gaps. So just got some scrap paper behind, just to protect the surface slightly. I suppose it could be coral actually, as we're going to be colouring it in blue and stuff. Let's make it there, so that fills in that corner there. Okay, so that's what I've gone for. And what I've forgotten to do, because I was thinking too much, was I've just grabbed some post-it notes, just flicking that to make sure I've got the sticky side, and I want to do some masking. So I'm just going to use the residual ink that was on that to stamp onto the sticky side of a post-it note, and I'm going to cut a mask. Okay, so just going to peel that off and quickly do this. So this is going to be I'm not going to fuss too much about the tail, because the reason for this mask is to add a little bit of colour to the background layer with a sponge, so it's not super critical how accurate this is. So, like I say, I'm not going to fuss too much with the tail. And if I was doing something more detailed, I probably would mask this and cut this far better, like I say. And then of course we're going to be colouring over the top of it in kind of tonal colours anyway, so it's probably not going to matter too much if we miss some bits here and there. Okay, but I do want to get around his belly, so if you twist the paper and use the full cutting edge of your scissors, you get a much cleaner cut. Right, I'm not going to go around the whole bit of his tail, I'm just going to stop there. Okay. No, I still want the scrap paper. Just move the rubbish out of the way. Bring back in. So I'm not going to mask off the weeds at all. I'm just going to mask him off just so I don't get too much colour over him. And like I say, it's only just to add a hint of interest to the background. And what I've got is a sponge which has been used before. I've not added any extra ink on it, and that's probably got a mixture of all sorts of things, like it's probably got mostly misty moonlight on it, to be fair, from the last time I used it, and possibly a bit of something else, but I'm just going to go with it. It's going to be really nice and light, and just add just a bit of something to the background behind him. I'm just going to go around the bottom edge just slightly. I just want this sort of just something in the background, basically. I don't want to cover it all, I literally just want something in the background. Okay, nothing too fussy. I'm going to leave my scrap paper in place while I blend him, and I'm going to bring in the same 3 markers just to keep it all tonally similar. Okay, let's do him first, and I'm going to go over the majority of him in the balmy blue to start off with, just to lay down some ink and some colour. Like I say, that mask hasn't got all the way to the edge, but we're going for something a little bit more arty, shall we say. The dark marker, I'm going to add kind of these scales or whatever sort of overlap each other, so I'm just going to add in the dark marker where those little lines are. On his scales. I've got no idea whether you get blue in blue seahorses at all, but mine is. Okay, so just adding that in there, and then I'm going to take a light night of navy and maybe just the bullet tip, just to add a little bit here and there, fill in some of those sections. Put a bit more on his fin. Fascinating creatures are seahorses. So this isn't an art masterclass in any way. This is just to get him covered in. And now I'm just going to blend all the way over the top of him. Just adding that bit of colour. There we are. Beautiful. Okay, so seaweed, we're going to do in a similar way, but I think, or coral or whatever. You see, I am not being super careful about where this ink is going. Just laying it down. And where the sponging's gone over the top, it's not going to make any difference. Just add a little bit of texture to the background. I'm not sure I'm going to add any of the dark colour to the weed. I think I might just leave it like that, just so that it's there without being there, if you know what I mean. Okay, how's that looking then? We just do like to, if I haven't already made one so I know how it's going to work out, this is what I do when you guys that can't see me, I call it dry building it. I'm just having a look at see how I think things are gonna work out on the card. So I want those to hang over the edge a little bit, so I might actually raise that slightly so I've got room for these guys, and I may not use all of them either, so just because I've coloured them in doesn't mean I need to use them all. So I'm thinking something like this along the bottom. Yeah, don't think we need this with a large shell, so I think we'll go with that. And then the only other thing I was going to do was just add the this stamp. I think it's supposed to sort of give you like a sand texture for the bottom. So I think what we'll do is we will add that in tone on tone with the Seaside Spray ink pad and just have that peeking you're only going to see portions of it anyway. Peeking out a little bit. I think that will probably do. Just a bit more in this corner maybe. I thought the top might look a bit naked if we don't have anything at the top, but I've spaced it out a bit more so it looks a bit more, yeah, great. So let's just added something without being too fussy. Okay, I think we're ready to construct that now. What we haven't decided is where the sentiment's going to go, and now that I've put that weed in place, probably need to actually punch that out and put it somewhere else, but we'll think about that in a minute. Let's just get this glued down. I'm just going to use a seal. Could lift this up on dimensionals, but I think I'm going to add some of the seashells with dimensionals, so I'm going to leave this flat. smidge higher than it would normally be, just to give us a bit of extra room for the seashells. And I think we need a bit of white glue for this one. That was going to go over here flat, wasn't it? I'm going to stick a couple of dimensional on this boy. So that's there like that. I've got probably one that needs to have, oops, that's probably a bit much glue for that little teeny tiny jar, but you're alright. Then I've got some mini dimensionals for these two. Sorry, these aren't behaving. There we are. Dear. Everything's all staticky today. Okay. So he goes there. Not sure shells have a gender. I guess they are, because they have like they're little got little, they're mollusks, aren't they? They have creatures inside them, don't they? Okay, how do we think that looks then? Just as something nice and simple in the blues. So I think that looks really cute. Now all we've got to do is sort out where the sentiment is going to go, and I think he's going to have to be added separately. So I think we need a scrap of cardstock and the navy ink. Scrap of cardstock. And decide what we're going to punch this out with. The timeless label might be good. I think it might be too long for the, yeah, it's going to be too long for the one of the other ones. So timeless tag is a really nice, useful one, because it's not too fussy. And I think the overall look of the card is quite clean looking. In fact, you know what? I might just grab that sponge and just add just a bit of just take the white off a bit. Might look a little bit a little stark against the rest of it. Right, does this fit? I think it will. Once I can get my paper positioned. It's just catching on the inside of somewhere. I'm with using a small piece of paper. There we are. Right. With a punch, but you can get there. That little level. Just over slightly. That look okay. Yeah. Don't want to cover up too much of this detail though, that's the thing. That I've just actually coloured, but I think maybe he needs to be positioned behind here as part of the scenery. How does he look? Yes. So he's going to go flat. Bring in my, what's this called again? Seal. close to the edge as I can. Tuck it behind these. Is that straight? Looking through my camera to see whether it's straight or not. I think that is straight. There. Okay. What do we think? It's quite tough using one colour sometimes. Sorry, you're up there. You're down here, not up there. What do you think? Think we need some Wink of Stella on our seahorse to tie everything together? I reckon. Let's just do a bit of that. With the shimmery shiny sea. Love Wink of Stella, it's really nice soft glitter. I think that actually just adds enough. If we can see it in the yep, just twinkling away there. Okay, so yeah, excellent. Really pleased with how that's turned out. Autofocus is going all crazy on me today. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today to make that. Really quite pleased with how that turned out. So as always, there's going to be a link in the description bar to the products I've used today, and a couple of direct shop links. If you're interested in purchasing anything, all the links will be there, either directly or if you want to have a browse around in the shop, there's a the store link will be there as well. Also information on joining the team as well, so if you're fancying becoming a demonstrator, then do get in touch. There is a join my team link at the bottom. Don't worry if you're not interested in doing YouTubes and tutorials and things. Just because you're called demonstrator doesn't mean you have to outwardly sell to anybody. You can just be a hobby demonstrator, so long as you're meeting the quarterly minimums, you will stay as a demonstrator. And the best bit is you get at least 20% off your purchases, so all very, very good. And the best deal in the catalogue is the starter kit. It's for just £99. Give it some thought, have a think. Any questions, let me know. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate some likes, that would be good. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and tap the notifications bell for the next time I post a video. I try and do at least 4 a week, depending on work. That's what I aim for. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you again soon on this channel. In the meantime, please do take care, continue to stay safe out there, not only from the virus but also the weather too. It's balmy hot here. Okay everybody, have a great day, see you soon. Okay, bye.